Hello and welcome everyone to my Remnant from the Ashes guide. My name is Wilkie, and in this video I will talk about how and where I grinded for mostly XP and Lumenite crystals, but I also got plethora of iron materials and scraps. So let's dive right into it. I don't want to keep you all too much waiting. We're currently Ward 13. We're gonna place or teleport us to the place where I grinded, and that is on Earth, the Church. For those of you who did not know or do not know where that is, you probably haven't played all that much in Remnant from the Ashes, because this is a very early area in the game, and for those of you who maybe do not remember anymore, this is the place you come out after you go through the subway. So literally the first map on Earth, you go through the first map, you go down the subway, you come up the subway, and this is where you are. So you can probably reach this in 30 minutes, maybe even less if you really stress for it. So this is a very convenient place because you can literally just reset your map or campaign and come back here all the time. Since this is a story event, so it's not procedurally generated, it's not randomized, it is always there for everybody. So this makes this, at least for me, very convenient because I know I can always come back here if I really need to. Other than that, a quick look at my gear, or rather the prerequisites. The first and probably most important thing about farming XP really is experience boosts, and there's a trait for that called Elder Knowledge. For those of you who do not have that, it's located in the bottom level of Ward 13. If you do not know how to get there, you either haven't played the game long enough till the story leads you there, but you can pretty much go there like extremely early on. You can go down there and check it out. If you have trouble, I suggest looking it up. I don't want to dive too much into how to get that. And the other important thing is the Sagestone. That is a ring that increases experience gain by 15%. That is a random drop on Earth. So if you do not have that one, I suggest either re-rolling your campaign or just looking closely in your Earth maps, because this is a random find and I think it definitely helps with this one. As far as the rest of the gear goes, really there's not much to it. I just use what I always use because I like the Slayer set, I like the Spore Bloom and the Hunting Pistol, so this is what I'm using. For those of you who do not know what the Slayer set does, every time you reload, the next hit with that weapon will deal increased damage. If you wear all three set pieces, that's 35% increase after the next shot. Both Spore Bloom and the Hunting Pistol only have one bullet or one projectile on the magazine or clip, whatever we'll call it. So whenever you shoot, you have to reload, which pretty much guarantees that you get this 35% increase all the time. So literally every shot after the first one, after reloaded first, will get that increase. But you can pretty much use whatever gear you want. I just like using that gear, so I use that loadout. But anything else that allows you to kill enemies quickly and efficiently will work just fine. As far as I said, melee weapon is really not important, at least not for me. I don't really use it in this case. Gunslinger's Charm works incredibly well in conjunction due to the reload speed increase, which helps a ton. And I like the Jewel of the Black Sun more if you have trouble keeping up the stacks for the 20% damage increase. What you then can do is just use the Stone of Balance. That just gives a flat 10% range and melee damage increase. But I think it's very easy to keep the buff up in this area, so yeah, that's pretty much all as far as the prerequisites go. As I said, Elder Knowledge and the Sagestone. Gear is completely up to you. I don't think there's the best gear setup to play. Whatever you feel comfortable with, this is it. And what I also like about this place, there's not a whole lot of rambling. The one thing you have to do is this one line and you're done. So now we're here in the storyline event, and the first thing I gotta tell you is you're not gonna clear it. This is crucial. Do not finish this event. And the reason for that is, once you die, you're just gonna be outside again at the lodestone, and you can just enter again and repeat this. And this is pretty much where I grinded these 32 trade points and almost 50,000 scraps. Also, the Lumenite crystals, if you remember, there will be bigger enemies spawning. Usually after 35 seconds you hear the screech. And we got the first round. We have a double spawn, so that's good. First one did not drop a Lumenite crystal though. There we go, one Lumenite crystal. And we get this fellow here. Also, what I like about this, even if the Root Mother dies or you get clogged up and die even like 1 minute into this event, you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything from dying, so there's no shame in failure at this place. It's just really convenient. We're here with another Screech, another Shroud, and sadly no Lumenite Crystal, but we get Gorefist in just a second. which will give us another chance. And there he is. Make quick work of him. I highly suggest focusing on the big enemies because they drop the Lumenite crystals, and that's what we're here for. At least I am here for that. There we go. We get 2 Lumenite crystals. Not a whole lot, but still not bad. We have roughly 20 seconds left. What I would really recommend for you if you're starting out with this farm, like at this point, just sit there and wait till you get killed. If you want, you can run up to enemies. They do a heck of a lot of damage, so they can kill you fairly easily. And there we go. And that's it. And that's all you're gonna do. As I said, if you die like 1 minute in, or if you die 30 seconds in, or at 1 minute 30 in, it doesn't matter. All you have to do, or all you have to know, is do not finish this event, because otherwise you cannot repeat this. And literally all you're gonna do then is enter the fog wall, talk to the Root Mother, enemies start spawning, rinse repeat until either your inventory looks like mine, or I mean you can pretty much do this however long you want. Really, there's no end to that. So just farm as much as you want, and as I said, you can always re-roll your campaign. You reach this place very quickly, and this is how it is. Also, I will show you how much I earned after 30 minutes, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I did record 30 minutes and 38 seconds. So I'll show you the results now. I have 24 trade points unspent, 40,635 scraps, and let's look at the materials. Probably more iron than I can ever spend. We have galvanized iron, about 300 almost, and 144 Lumenite crystals, which is quite a decent amount. So yeah, this is really all there is to it. So we're back after roughly, it was 30 minutes and 38 seconds. I did finish the last run, so we're gonna take a look how much scrap we made. So we started with 40,635, and now we are at 48,131. So that's roughly 7,500 scrap. That's pretty good, I think, for half an hour of work. As far as materials go, forged iron, I didn't really pay that much attention to the iron, to be fairly honest with you. So, not gonna lie there, but these are quantities I don't think I'll ever use. But the most important part for me, as I said, were Lumenite crystals. We started with 144, and we now have 173. So that's 29 Lumenite crystals. So that's roughly 1 Lumenite crystal per minute. I think that's a pretty good rate. And trades, we started with 24 trade points, now we are at 32 trade points. So you can probably say it's roughly 1 trade point every second run, maybe every 4 minutes-ish, not exactly. If you do this for like 1 hour, you get around about 16 trade points, between probably 50 to 60 Lumenite crystals, and probably 15,000 scrap. So I think that's a pretty good rate, given that this place is very easy to reach. You can pretty much always get there because you can just reset your dungeon or re-roll it, and you'll play for like 1 hour. Really, if you know what to do, you just blast through. You don't really care about any of the side plot. You just go through the first map, go down the subway, go up, and you're here. So you can probably reach this place if you really go for it. You can probably do it in half an hour after the reset, so that's a very, very easy reachable, and like I said, for me, very easily doable. So there it is. This is where I grinded. I don't think I'll grind much longer because I don't want to completely overkill myself. I have 32 trade points now, so I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to be leveling. Maybe I'll do 1 more hour or something farming, and then I'll just continue. So there it is. This is how I grinded, or how I grind. Maybe this helped some of you guys, because the other thing I found on the internet when I was looking for a grind spot, then everybody pointed to the puzzle in ROM, but apparently that's fixed already, so I'm not sure what they changed there. But this one is pretty much there, guaranteed. Since it's a scripted event, you will always encounter it, and I think it's definitely very helpful. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time.